Hello everyone, my name is Reuni Handayani. I am from 5BB class. In this great chance, I would like to explain to you about questionnaires. So let's see the table of content. You can see what will we learn in this presentation. What is questionnaires? A questionnaire is a research instrument that consists of a set of questions or other types of prompts that aims to collect information from a respondent. A research questionnaire is typically a mixed closed-ended questions and open-ended questions. Advantages well-designed questions. With a survey questionnaires, you can gather a lot of data in less time. There is less chance of any bias grouping if you have a standard set of questions to be used to your target audience. You can apply logic to questions based on the respondent's answer, but the questionnaire will remain standard for a group of respondents that fall in the same segment. Next, surveying online survey software is quick and cost-effective. It offers you a rich set of features to design, distribute, and analyze the response data. Next, it can be customized to reflect your brand voice, so it can be used to reinforce your brand image. Next is the responses can be compared with the historical data and understand the shifts in the respondents' choice and experience. Last, respondents can answer the questionnaire without revealing their identity. Characteristic of a good questionnaire. As we know that your survey design depends on the type of information you need to collect from the respondents. So, most questionnaires follow some essential characteristics. First is uniformity. Questionnaires are very useful to collect demographic information, personal opinions, facts, or attitudes from respondents. One of the most significant attributes to a research firm is uniform design and standardization. Next, exploratory. It should be exploratory to collect qualitative data. There is no restriction on question that can be in your questionnaire. For example, you use a data collection questionnaire and send it to the female of the household to understand her spending and saving habits relative to the household income. Open-ended questions give you more insight and allow the respondents to explain their practices. A very structured questions list could limit the data collection. Last is question sequence. It typically follows a structured flow of questions to increase the number of responses. This sequence of questions is screening questions, warm-up questions, transition questions, skip questions, challenging questions, and classification questions. Types of questionnaires. As we explored before, questionnaires can be either structured or free-flowing. Let's take a closer look at what that entails for your survey. First is structured questions. Structured questionnaires collect quantitative data. The questionnaire is planned and designed to gather precise information. Next is unstructured questionnaires. It collects qualitative data. They use a basic structure and some branching questions, but nothing that limits the responses of a respondent. The questions are more open-ended to collect specific data from participation. Types of questionnaires based on distribution. First, online questionnaires. Respondents are sent the questionnaire via email or other online medium. This method is generally cost-effective and time-efficient. However, the disadvantages is that the respondents can easily ignore these questionnaires. in-house questionnaire. It is used by researchers who visit the respondent's home or workplace. The advantages of this method is that the respondent is in a comfortable and natural environment. But the disadvantage is that it is expensive and slow to conduct. Next is telephone questionnaire. A researcher makes a phone call to a respondent to collect data directly. Responses are quick once you have a respondent on the phone. However, a lot of time the respondents hesitate to give out much information over the phone. It's also an expensive way of conducting research. Mail questionnaire. This method involves a researcher sending a specific data collection questionnaire request to a respondent that can be filled in and sent back. The advantage of this method is that respondents can complete this or their own time to answer truthfully and entirely, but the disadvantage is that this method is expensive and time-consuming. Types of questionnaires. First, open-ended question. Open-ended question help collect qualitative data in questionnaires where respondents can answer in a free form with little no restriction. Dichotomous question. It's generally yes or no close-ended question. This question is usually used in case of the need of necessary validation. It is the most natural form of the questionnaires. Multiple choice question. Multiple choice questions are a close-ended question type in which a respondent has to select one responses from a given list of options. Scaling question. It is based on the principle of the four measurement scales: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Last is pictorial question. This question type is easy to use and encourages respondents to answer. It works similarly to multiple choice questions because respondents are asked a question and the answer choices are imaged. Next is step involved in questionnaires design. First, identify the scope of your research. Think about what your questionnaire is going to include before you start designing the look of it. The clarity of the topic is the most important as this is the primary step in creating questionnaires. Next, keep it simple. The word of praise or you use while writing questionnaires must be easy to understand. Next, ask only one question at a time. And next, be flexible with your options. While designing, the survey creator needs to be flexible in terms of option choice for the respondents. Next, the open-ended or closed-ended question is a tough choice. The survey creator may end up in the situation where they need to make distinct choices between open or closed-ended question. And the last is, it is essential to know your audience. A researcher should know their target audience. For example, if the target audience speaks mostly Spanish, sending the questionnaires in any other language would lower the response rate and accuracy of data. Sometimes that you may seem clear to you, but it can be confusing by the respondents. Thank you for listening and have a good day.